Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Mark Parham podcast. You can find me on Spotify. You just type in Mark Parham podcast. Anyway, I really wanted to talk about, this whole thing with, Democrats in California. So what amazes me about Democrats in California, they keep on voting for other Democrats like Gavin Newsom. And then they'll have the nerve to come on TV or come on the internet and complain about crime, complain about, illegal immigration and stuff like that. And my thing is, like, when you voted for these people, didn't you already expect that? Like, didn't you already expect, them to do what they promised to do? I mean, it's sad that you have a great state like California that's turned into almost like a lawless country almost, even though it's a state. I mean, I'm looking on TV and I'm seeing, carjackings. I'm seeing crime. I'm seeing theft, basically, where people go into a store and take a bunch of sneakers or take a bunch of jackets, and nothing is really done about it. I think I read something where the folks committing those crimes where they basically make a flash mob, go into a store and steal stuff. I think in California they don't even really do any time for doing stuff like that. And so this is what happens when you have a lot of liberals that are leading things. A lot of these liberals, they want this utopia that's never going to exist, and they're very weak on crime. You need somebody to come in there and say to people, do a press conference or something, and let people know that no, we're not going to tolerate this in the state of California. So many of the mayors in some of the cities, I think one of the mayors in Oakland, there's a lot of crime that's happening in Oakland, and they keep on making excuses for criminals. And so it's time for folks in California, liberal, Democrat, whatever you are, to stand up and say that this isn't acceptable. I mean, I think all across the board, no matter if you're liberal, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, I think that people are sick of the living conditions. They're sick of the crime. I mean, look at how expensive it is to even live in California. So, it's just a combination of things. I saw, another video where in San Francisco you have businesses that could provide a lot of jobs that are, leaving and deciding to go to other states. And so, again, all of this stuff is happening because you have a lot of liberal leaders that have never run a business, that, don't really understand everyday people, in leadership roles. So in my opinion, I think that a lot of these liberals and Democrats should be voted out, and maybe try Republican again. Do something, because, California, at the rate that things are going right now, it's going to be to a point where California is going to be one big slum. Besides, maybe the places like Malibu and stuff like that. But I mean, even those places are being affected by crime. Not necessarily Malibu, but I mean, you have places that are actually the high end, upper middle class neighborhoods that are being affected by crime and theft. So it's really getting out of hand. I think California needs to, try some Republicans. Try, Republican leadership for maybe a few years, and then, go back to what you are comfortable with. But California can't keep on going in the direction it's going in. I mean, it's to the point where, I mean, it's just, you look at the news clips online, and used to be a place where people want to go, and it has nice beaches and sun and good weather, but now it's become like a bad movie. So again, I think folks in California need to get new leadership. They need to get tougher on crime, and that's the only way you're going to fix California. I mean, if businesses are not going to open up businesses and want to actually do business in California if they're worried about, somebody breaking into their car. So that's just my opinion. I know I'm rambling, but, California needs to do better.